Yeah. All right. 1 o'clock. Yes, yes, yes. Good afternoon. Afternoon, IG. Good afternoon, Facebook. Yes. Welcome back to PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. All right. So we'll be, okay. Thanks for jumping on here, guys. We got some good information here for you today on IG and on Facebook. We talk about how you can get some of this money out there for the small business. That's what the update is today. Right. So okay. All right, guys. Hi, G. Thanks for jumping on. How about it, Dre? How you doing? Hi, Took. Thanks for jumping on today. All right. Hello, hello. Trying to make sure that we get Facebook on, ready to go. All right, we ready to go? All right, you're live. All right, so there you go. All right, Facebook's ready. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. How you guys doing out there? Thanks for jumping on. Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, and I want to bring you guys up to speed on the payroll protection loan and making sure that all of you guys out there take advantage of this money. Make sure your business get this money. Because a lot of business have suffered so much, and they made sure that in the $900 billion bill that there was enough money in there for the small business. So guys, I want to make sure that you guys get some information. Get a pen and jot some notes down because you got to jump in this really, really fast. There's $284 billion that's in that bill for the small business to take advantage of, and the PPP, which is the Payroll Protection Program. Keep in mind that it starts off as a loan, and this is money that will be forgiven. You won't have to pay any of this money back. So I want to make sure that you guys take advantage of this money, okay? So the second round of that money rolled out this week, and that's the reason why I'm on here today. I wanted to get you guys ready. The second round of that Payroll Protection Program money rolled out this week, okay? So for anybody that did not get that money in the first round of the PPP, you were able to apply for it on Monday, which was the 11th. There was money that was allocated to some of the smaller banks in the minority business community so that the small banks and minority businesses can take advantage of the first round of that money that was allocated for the PPP. Okay, so I want to make sure that you guys are on top of this. We have the rest of the week. I'll give you the time frame and you can get your information in. I'll let you know who is qualified to apply for the PPP loan, and then I'll just give you a quick update on what information that you're going to need to be able to get this money, okay? So, all right, once again, I want to thank you guys for jumping on. Elaine Proby, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. All right, good. So let's start off with the time frame, right? They rolled out the money. Like I said, on Monday, they start off with the minority banks, the smaller banks in the minority communities so that they can get those people money first, right? That was on Monday the 11th. Now on Wednesday the 13th, anyone that had gotten a PPP loan before, okay, so this is a second round, guys. Keep in mind, this is a second round. But if you didn't get it the first time around, you can apply now and get it. And the people who have gotten it before can apply a second time. I want everybody to understand you can get 2 of these PPP loans. Right. So the second round for the people who have gotten the first one before rolled out on the 13th, which was Wednesday. So if you had gotten one before, you can apply again for the second round of PPP loan as of yesterday. Now, and then on Friday the 15th, okay, The larger banks will be able to roll out, some of the larger banks will be able to roll out their program. So they're doing it in levels so that the money goes first to the people, the businesses in the smaller community, in the minority-based community. Started on Monday, and those people who never got it before, if you had gotten it before, then you started out, the lenders started out on Wednesday for those folks. And then on the 15th, again, another set of lenders will be able to roll out their program. And then on Tuesday of next, everybody is going to be able to apply. So the reason why I'm talking to you guys today, because I want to make sure you guys get in the first set of folks, because if you didn't get it, you can start off. If you got it first one, you can go ahead and get it again. Right now, if you're a small business in a minority community and you want to make sure that your application gets in there first, okay? So that's when this all rolls out. So let me tell you guys who is qualified, and the reason why I want to make sure that we're on top of this, because it's not just businesses that are incorporated. It's not the S Corps, the LLCs. The nonprofit can get this money. And most of all, the self-employed people. A lot of you guys are self-employed, okay? A lot of you guys are independent contractors and you're self-employed, and all you guys are qualified, okay? So if you're running a business, you don't have to be incorporated. I wanted to make sure that that's really clear, because I get that question all the time. People are calling me and asking me what do they need to qualify for the PPP loan. Okay, now I will tell you guys what you need to qualify for that loan if you're self-employed, right? So what they're doing now, guys, if you have already had a PPP loan before and you was with a lender, that lender have your information. For the most part, you do not have to give them your information again or your payroll. But this is what you must do. And so I'll let you guys know now. This is my second point today, is letting you guys know what you need to qualify. So for the self-employed, you guys have to have your Schedule C from your tax return for 2019. You have to have your Schedule C from your tax return. Your Schedule C is the form in your taxes that says how much money you gross, and it tells you what your net profit was, okay? So all of you guys that are self-employed, go pull your taxes, pull the Schedule C, your gross profit, what you made, and then the net of what you made on your Schedule C in your business is what your PPP loan will be based on, right? So this is what they'll do. They'll take that number, they'll take your net profit, and you divide it by 12, and they will give you 2.5 times that monthly amount for your PPP loan. Make a note of that. This is what you'll be able to be qualified for. So whatever your net profit is. So guys, keep in mind, if you filed your tax return as a self-employed person on your Schedule C and you show a loss, if you show a loss on that form, you won't be qualified for this loan. All right, I want you guys to pay close attention to that. You will not be qualified if you show a loss if you're a self-employed person. So take a look at your taxes and see how that looks. If you haven't filed your taxes before, of course, for 2019 yet, you can still go ahead and get those taxes filed, all right? So we can take care of that for you. All right, so make sure. Now, for the other companies, the corporations, S corporation, whether you're an LLC or an S corp or a C corporation, guys, and you have a payroll. If you have employees, your payroll reports is what is going to be needed for the PPP loan. If you already got one before, your payroll information is already with the lender that you used before, so they'll go ahead and use that. So your payroll reports are there, and you guys, if you had a payroll, you would have these forms. You'll have a 941, which is the payroll tax form, and you will have a W-3, which is what the W-2s that you give to the employees. And a lot of people get confused with this. A lot of people think that independent contractors and people that you pay independently is employee. They're not your employees, okay? They're not your employees. They are independent. They will file their own PPP loan when they do their tax returns. But you as the business must have people on payroll where you take out their taxes, you file your payroll tax returns, you give them a W-2. Those are employees. Hi, Connie, thanks for jumping on. All right. So those are employees, guys. So don't get confused with the people you pay independently, okay? So so that's the second thing. And then, of course, you have to have your tax return. You have to have your payroll records if you have employees. Now, also, I want to make a note, too, because if you're an independent contractor, you can still have a payroll. So you might not be the only person working for in your business. You could have hired somebody and you could have paid them and have them on payroll. You can use that payroll number to get the PPP loan. Okay. All right. So if you're independent, you can still have an employee and have payroll. All right. I just want you guys to make sure of that. I mean, make a note of that. Now, for the people who are in the food business. Now, since a lot of the restaurant was hit really hard, a lot of people in the food business, a lot of theaters, clubs, hotels, those type of facilities that was hit really hard. What they're doing this time around is you can get 3.5 times your monthly payroll. Okay, so the first PPP and the first CARES Act is 2.5 times your monthly payroll is what they give you. And for the food, just for the people in the food and beverage, restaurants, like I said, hotels and clubs and things like that, of that nature, you can get 3.5 times your monthly payroll for this second round of PPP loan. Right? So keep that in mind. And again, this money will be forgiven. You know, we all know how to make that happen. So we'll make sure that you get it forgiven and you won't have to pay any of this money back. Okay. And so they want to make sure that you guys can get some money, the small business gets some money, keep people employed and keep the economy going so that money stays in folks' pocket. Right. So one thing I want to make sure the business are aware of that for the larger business, they have to make sure that you have less than 300 employees. That's one of the criteria. So anything over 300 employees this time, last time was 500. This time it's 300. So they made it less so that the smaller business still really focusing on the smaller business. So so that they can make sure that they get money. Hi, Felicia. Thanks for jumping on how to learn. All right. Great information. Thank you. You're very welcome. All right. All right. So so the small business have to have less than 300 employees, and then you have to have gross. This is key, and let's make a note of this. You have to have gross 25% less in revenue between any quarters from 2019 to 2020. For some of the businesses who have gotten the PPP loan before this second time around, all right? You look at your gross revenue, and again, you know, this is where, guys, I can't emphasize enough. This is where your accountant comes in, because you're going to have to provide this information. Look at your revenue, how much money you made, let's say in the third quarter of 2019, and how much money you made in the third quarter of 2020. If you make less than 25%, you are qualified. Now, some businesses have made more money during this COVID time because for the type of business they're in. So some businesses will automatically not be qualified simply because they're trying to make sure the businesses that lost a lot of money and was closed down get the money. Okay, so if you have made 25% less or more than 25% less in revenue in any quarter, so you can match up any quarter, first quarter, second or third, or even the fourth quarter, 2019 to 2020, guys, you can apply and you'll be qualified to get the PPP loan. Okay, so so make a note of that. And again, like I said, I want us to jump in this right away so that you can get that money the sooner the better, and you can keep your employees paid. All right, so those are the points. Now, one of the things I wanted to make clear is that you do not have to have applied for forgiveness on the first PPP. And that was a big question. A lot of people was confused. Well, if they got the first one and they didn't apply for the forgiveness loan, they want to make sure that they can still qualify. Okay, so with the first PPP loan, if you have gotten one of those, the criteria for this one, you have to have at least used the money up. You don't have to apply for the forgiveness as long as you use the money up. You've used all that money in payroll. And remember, the rule was 60% payroll, and the rest of it was for utilities and rent. That's on the first CARES Act PPP loan. You don't have to have the forgiveness in place to get the second one. And the good news about the second one, too, is that now you can use that 40% of that money after your payroll for more than just rent and utilities. You can pay supplies with it. You can pay your contract services with it. You can pay repairs with it. So they made it a little bit easier to spend more of the money on different things if it's not spent on payroll. Okay, so I want you guys to keep in mind that you have to have used the first PPP loan to be qualified to apply for the second one. Make sure, and I'm sure that money was gone in that 8 weeks period for most people, and every company that I know have spent that money in 8 weeks. So everybody's out of that first set of PPP loan anyway. So you are qualified. So let's apply and let's get this money, guys. And then, of course, we will do the forgiveness later. But if you guys have any questions, hi, Nance. Thanks for jumping on. All right, good, great information. Okay, so if you guys have any question with this, you guys, here again at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting Services, we are here to help you through this process as well, because we provide financial services, we provide taxes and accounting services. All you guys who have to show financial statement, we can provide you with that information as well, and we can help you get that together. So this is why it's important to keep your accounting together if you're in business, guys. It's important to get your taxes done because everybody's asking for it. You will have to upload your taxes. You will have to upload an ID. If you're a corporation, they might want to see articles of incorporation. If you're self-employed, your Schedule C from your taxes. These are the things that's going to be needed, and they're trying to approve these loans really, really fast. So their turnaround is quick. Once you get it in, make sure that all your information goes in together. Once you get it in, they get everything approved, and they will deposit that money into your bank account, right? So that's it, I think, on the PPP loan. And again, I said, if you guys hadn't got a PPP loan before and you did your 2019 taxes and you're qualified for getting the PPP loan, let's go on and get that application in right now so we can get that money and we can stay ahead of the game. And this is money that you do not have to pay back. That's the great news, right? Money is you don't have to pay back. So yes, who wants free money? All right. Thanks for jumping on, guys. I think that covers the PPP loan. Again, you guys hear it, payroll protection program. Money for the business to stay afloat and pay their employees. All right. So I think with that said, I will be up out of here, you guys. I'll be back next week with some more information for y'all. And we'll talk about what taxes you're going to how you guys gonna have to file your taxes, and we're gonna, we'll figure out what's a great topic for you guys to get on board with, because this 2020, everybody has so many different types of income that they had, self-employed, some have employment, some have unemployment, some, just everybody have different type of income. So we are going to be here for you guys at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting to clarify some of this stuff and let you know what you need for filing your taxes and how you can take advantage of all the credits that's out there for you. All right. So with that said, I want you guys to have a wonderful day. You guys take care of yourself, take care of each other, and stay safe. Follow instructions so we can get out of this thing. All right. See you guys next week.